feet of Loon. I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
My Johnny-come-lately Loon.
All right, we'll go with it.
I don't even know what that really means,
No.
but it really fits perfectly for what we're making today.
Yeah, exactly.
We are so excited because we're making bread, but
Yes.
we're also doing something that's going to take us back to vacation.
Yes, yes,
We're
yes, yes.
doing our Caribbean Johnny Cakes. Yay! So we just, in case you notice, we have a little bit of like
A little tan.
on our skin. And we were in the Caribbean not too long
Yes.
ago. We went down to beautiful St. Martin. Highly recommended if you've never been
Yes.
before. We were fully vaccinated.
Yes.
We felt safe, and so we went, and it was just gorgeous. And the food
Was amazing.
amazing. You've got
Yes.
the Dutch side and you've got the French side. So we knew the French side was going to be great, and the Dutch side was awesome too.
Yes.
And we just love Caribbean food. We love island food.
Yes, and one of the wonderful things that we had at breakfast each morning was Johnny cakes.
Yes,
Now let's just make this
Okay.
clear. There are two types of Johnny cakes. There's the Johnny cakes that are the American version,
I don't know if
the
it's
northeastern version, which is actually like a pancake, a cornmeal pancake. The Caribbean style is this wonderful pillowy dough.
You're going to see. It's
delicious.
really great, and it's got a touch of sweetness to it, but it's also, oh my God, I got so used to having curry for
I
breakfast,
know.
but it was delicious, and you dip it in the sauce. We're going to show you
Yeah.
more of that later. So
Yes.
let's get
started.
Let's get going, Johnny. Okay, so right now we've got our flour mixture. This is, so what I did is I got 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and you're going to need to sift this. So you may need to do that in, depending on the size of your sifter in a couple of batches.
Yeah.
But 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar. That's the hint of sweetness.
Yes.
And then we're going to do 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
Yep.
And then we've got a teaspoon of salt. And that's all there is to it. And then you just, you start sifting, and you've got this right here.
Sift.
Sift. Now we've got some butter. This is just softened. What I did was I got...
Is that a tablespoon?
It's a tablespoon of unsalted butter, and when it was
At room
chilled,
temperature, yeah.
well, when it was chilled, I cut it into little cubes like that, and then just let it sit at room temperature.
Oh, that's easy. That's good.
Yeah. And so then what you're going to do, this is very similar to like when you're making pie dough, although a lot of times
with pie you use cold butter. Yeah.
And the traditional way to do this is what I've learned is to do it at room temperature. So I'm not exactly sure why there's the difference, but
It's so
I
good.
trust.
And they call these things a couple of different things down in the Caribbean, but where we were, they called them Johnny cakes.
Yeah, you may hear they're sometimes called bakes, but that's a little different.
Floaters.
Floaters is another one. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So now
and they're deep fried. Did we mention that?
Oh yeah. I mean, supposedly you can bake them, but everyone says no. You got to
fry 'em.
Okay, so now we're going to start off. We're going to just bring this batter together. It's really so easy. This is just a cup of good old water.
It's super easy for me.
I mean, just look how hard you're working. So
I'm manning the fryer.
Do you do that well? Okay, so now we're going to start with a cup of water, and you're going to end up probably going with a cup and a half. But start. Oh, the fryer's ready.
Speaking of fryer.
Yeah. Start. We're going to go with a cup of water, and then I've got little 1/4 cup increments that we're going to just add this in.
So you do a half a cup, or you do a cup first?
A cup first, and then
you do.
And just you're doing this just to kind of get it incorporated as you go.
Got it.
And then we're going to add another bit of this. Sorry, we're just watching me make dough.
That's all right.
How many times have I made dough in my day?
It
Okay.
was such a wonderful vacation. We wish y'all would have been there.
I know.
Actually, if you go to social media, you'll see it was our anniversary too. So if you go to Instagram, you'll see some pictures from the island.
It was beautiful. And
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Well, while we're doing this, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put I'm going to lightly flour my surface here, and then I'm just going to dump this on.
Oh, so now you're going to knead it.
I need it. I need this so badly. And you're probably going to need to add maybe just a hair more water. You don't want to add too much water because then it's just like any kind of dough. Then it's not going to be fluffy, and it's not going to be the right consistency.
Right. You want these fluffy.
You really do. And so now we're going to see this is coming together nicely.
Okay.
So now what we're going to do is I'm going to knead this, and I need it bad, for about 5 minutes until it gets really nice and elastic and doughy feeling.
And I'm going to turn this back on.
Turn it back on. And you may need to, if you feel like, it's a little too wet, which it could happen, add just a little more flour, and you'll know the consistency.
Fabulous.
Okay,
All right.
so we're getting so close to Johnny Cakes. Okay, so like we said, we needed this. You don't want to over knead it. You don't want to under knead it. You want it till it gets just kind of nice and elastic. That's going to be about 4 minutes, let's say, of kneading it really badly. And then what we're going to do is we're going to let it cool. Or no, cool. We're going to let it rest. And we just need it just to kind of just relax and let that gluten just kind of
10 minutes. Or
well,
half an hour?
I would say half an hour. Let it go half an hour. 10 minutes is a little shorter time. You can go anywhere up to an hour. That's no problem. Okay, so now we've done that. So now what we've done is we just you're going to want to use
out those little.
you're going to keep your hands nice and floured, and if it's a little wet, that's okay.
I'm so excited to start to help.
I know. He's finally doing something. So anyway, if your hands are, if they're just a tad wet, that's okay. A little sticky is no problem.
Yeah.
Just keep your
the
hands.
dough you're talking about?
Yeah, keep your hands nice and floured. And then what we do, I'm jumping ahead. I'm so rush.
Yeah, slow down.
So use your palm of your hands,
And then,
form it
or
into
you
a
can
bowl.
just use your fingers.
And then you can use your fingers, okay? So let me...
And then I'm gonna, while you're doing that, I'm gonna just jab these with some fork.
With some fork.
Fork.
Have fork will travel.
Several times.
And then like I did that right there, and then you just use the palm of your hand to press it. These are a little on the sticky side, but that's okay.
Okay. That's
the way they form just beautiful cakes. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna do this.
Okay,
Here, you do it then.
Okay. He's so meticulous.
I'm very delicate with my forking.
I believe, well.
So silly.
Heard that. Okay. So now let's do this. Okay. So this should produce about anywhere from 13 to 15 Johnny Cakes.
Yes.
So we're going to show you the first 6. So
Lower
now we've got
the boom boy.
We've got our deep fryer here. You can absolutely do this in like a cast iron skillet. I would just fill it with enough vegetable oil to go into about an inch deep, and then you just lower these in there. Now now like with anything, you want to be careful to make sure they don't stick and stick to
the great thing about these though is that they rise to the top. I guess that's why some people call them floaters.
Yes, yeah, and so they don't take long until they're just nice and golden brown. About halfway through, about 4 minutes into it, we're going to flip them, and they just go for about a total of 8 minutes, and then they're golden, fluffy, and they get that kind of hollow inside.
Yes.
So fabulous!
All right, these guys are good.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
We have Johnny Cakes. Johnny, I'm so glad you came. So anyway, this is so beautiful. They smell so delicious. So we let these go for 8 minutes in the deep fryer. I don't think we said the temperature of your oil should be at 350. Hopefully you have, if you're not using a deep fryer, like no big deal, and you're using a skillet, then get a handy thermometer. Hopefully you have one of those. If not, then just test it with a little bread. If it sizzles after like 15 seconds, it's probably ready. If it burns too quickly, it's too hot. If it doesn't, brown enough, it's not hot enough. Anyway, that's enough of me talking. So we're ready to eat Johnny Cakes.
And I flipped them a little early, but you can do that.
Whatever. They're going to go about 8. Just keep an eye though. You want to get them nice and golden brown like this. And then when they look like this, you just lift them up out of the oil, and then we like to put them on a plate that's been lined with paper towels, just to let them drain a little bit. They don't absorb a lot of oil, so that's great. They're not like really oily, and it's okay. Like this one, I was rushing and I didn't flatten it right, so it's kind of like the shape of a bad
potato
or a football that's been squashed. But who cares? They're still beautiful and they're so delicious.
Look at this. This is, and it's still kind of warm because I'm so impatient that I have to eat these.
Kind of impatient. Yeah.
But these, look at that.
Now let's see the big reveal.
So fluffy. Oh, look at that. Just the fluffiness. Oh, and there's some air in the side.
Yeah, then you get the air pockets, and you get little air bubbles in there.
Yay!
It's really great. We've seen some that are that are really like thin and don't have much breading in there. We have tested a lot of these, and again, our friends, our island friends, tell us what we did wrong. Give us pointers. We always are up for that, and one should be watching you eat. Is it good?
Good.
It's really good. I mean, and he dips everything. He'll dip in the dip, and this is so good. It's so great by itself.
So good, y'all.
But I'll tell you, dipped in some curried shrimp, which we're going to be showing you in a little bit, or pouring some honey with a little butter. I'm just talking and watching you eat. Have these moments. Does it take you back to?
Just that fried dough deliciousness.
I know. I mean, how can you?
Pardon me, that hint of sweetness. It's just so good. You're just gonna eat them this way. You don't need anything with them.
I know.
I love it, and they're 100% Loon approved.
Yes. Oh, and that is beautiful.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know.
Piping hot.
They are piping hot. They're just festive and they're delicious. And they're the great accompaniment to a wonderful meal.
Caribbean meal. Wow. Now you can get this recipe. Sorry, my mouth is full. On howtobeataloon.com.
My grandma would love this.
She would.
She'd make pastries all the time, and she would love this.
Oh, I love
She'd
this.
say,
Love,
come
love,
on
love.
over, Johnny Cakes. Anyway, go to our social media, like us, share us, do all of that. We have to do some, if you know the history of why it's called Johnny Cakes. I didn't really research that.
No, we just know that they're delicious.
They're delicious, and that's all that really matters. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye,
We
we love you.
Make Johnny Cakes! Hey, everybody.
Hi guys! Now if you want to be a part of the Loon fun, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit that little bell icon so you won't miss a single recipe.
That's right. Oh, and speaking of recipes, if you want another amazing recipe like this, then just click right here.
Yeah, click!
Click!
Subscribe!
It's so much fun.